What's up guys, it's Ayla, and guess what? I'm wearing shorts with this outfit. Okay, so anyway, as you can see in the title, I'm doing a story time of the time that I broke my tibia. You guys thought I was gonna say leg, right? But I said tibia. Story time of the time I broke my leg. This one. Right here. Okay, let's get started. Back to the So it all started the day before my mother and my stepdad got married. So, we went to Clearwater? Remington Shore, something like that. So, we went there and I was so excited. It was the first day we were there. Second day. It was the second day we were there. I was so excited. We went out on the beach that morning, and if you've ever heard about, most people haven't, it's a thing called skimboarding. So basically, you have this little board that's about yay big, and the water is about this high up from the sand, and so basically you put it down on there, like you kind of run with it and put it down, and you kind of step on it and glide. And so that's what I did, and I was getting it. You know, I fell every so often because I was just learning, because my brother had one. He was like, hey, you want to use this? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try. So he showed me, and then I did it. I was doing that a couple times, and then my mom was like, hey, you want to go on a walk? And I was like, along the beach. And I was like, yeah, should I bring my paddleboard? Should I bring my skimboard? And I thought, and I decided to say yes. If I said no, this whole thing would have never happened. But of course, I said yes. So we were walking down, and I was paddleboarding as we were walking, and then this little kid, probably about 8 years old, was on a paddleboard, and I was like, whoa, he can paddleboard better than I can. And so, this lady, I guess she was like, knew how to paddleboard good. She was like, hey, you want some wax on your paddleboard? It'll help your feet stay on better. And I was like, yeah, sure. So she put on wax to make like a better grip. And so we got down there, and we would keep walking, and I was keep paddleboarding and stuff. And then I went to go put the paddleboard. I landed wrong. So this, you know, and so my leg caught behind, and it went like that. So my other foot was straight, and my foot was like that. I heard a pop. I looked down on my foot. My foot was facing the wrong direction. Foot's supposed to be facing like this. My foot was facing down. But my knee was still fine. And I screamed. It's like, I broke my leg! Like, I wasn't even like hard crying. I was just screaming. I broke my leg. My mom came over. This is the bad part. My mom came over and turned my leg the right way. Wait. But honestly, I'm kind of glad that she did that, because if I didn't and I put any pressure on it, it probably would have been a compound fracture, which, if you didn't know, is a broken bone that comes out of the skin. So that wouldn't have been good. So basically, yeah, my mom turned my foot back around, and we called, and so these bystanders came over and were like, what happened? I heard you screaming. We were like, I think I broke my leg. And well, I was kind of like in a panic state at that point, and I was like, I think I broke my leg, but like trying to be okay. And so they were like, no, I think you just sprained it. And I was like, yeah. In my mind, I was thinking, boy, my leg was the other way. So anyway, my mom ran back to our hotel, which was like a half a mile away, ran back, told my older brother, I think Ayla broke her leg, watch the kids, I need to go get my keys and my purse and stuff. So then she ran back, and these people were staying with me that I didn't even know, and another bystander called 911. They came there, and let me tell you, to get on that little gurney thing did not feel good. No, it didn't. People were holding my leg. So basically I wasn't very flexible at that point, so I was like this. I was like, ah, my leg, because for some reason I couldn't reach where I actually broke my leg. They're like, see, you're holding your knee. Does it not feel right? And I was like, no, my leg, I just can't reach. Cause yeah, so yep. And so they got me in the thing, and they were like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it hurt? And I said, well, I'm not moving it. It feels pretty okay. It's like a solid 3. And well, maybe 4 when I look back on it. And then my mom was like, yeah, but whenever she moves it, I was like, yeah, it's like a 10. Like probably one of the worst pains I've ever felt. And because I've never broken a bone before. So yeah, and then so we had to wait in the hospital and this was a regular hospital, it wasn't a children's hospital or anything. And so we went there and they had to take x-rays. And ooh, that lady was not very nice. I think she might have been like, oh, your leg is fine, let me just toss it around everywhere. So she was like, okay, when my leg was broken in half. And ooh, that hurt so much. Then she's like, okay, bye. And I was like, bye. And then they came back and they're like, so your leg is broken. And you're probably gonna need surgery. What? That's my reaction. Remind you, my mom and my stepdad were getting married tomorrow. I needed surgery? What? And so they're like, you can't drink anything. When's the last time you ate anything, drank anything? When's the last time? And I was like, probably about 4 hours ago, because I've been in there at this point for like a solid 2 hours, just waiting. So after they were like, okay, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and I was like panicking at this point. And then around 11 o'clock at night, the whole thing when I started breaking my legs probably started around 6 or 7. So maybe before that, like 5. And so so they were like, yeah, you probably need surgery, blah blah blah. And then my mom was like, listen, it's the day before my wedding, blah blah blah. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna do the best that we can. Hopefully she won't need surgery, but she probably will. And they're like, okay. So they had to take me to a second hospital. So they put me back on the little gurney thing, took me to the thing, and yeah, on to the second hospital, which took a solid 30 minutes. And then when I got there, and there was this people, and then they're like, okay, you're not gonna need surgery, we're just gonna need to knock you out and fix it. And I was like, okay. And it was pretty quick there, which was better, because at this point it was like 12 o'clock to 1 at night. And so they were like, okay, here you go. And I had a UV, I had an IV in my arm, and then they were like, shh, with the stuff that makes you go to sleep. And my mom was like, your eyes just rolled in the back of your, they were like, you might have some crazy dreams, you're probably gonna see Universal Studios, like all this stuff. And there was this guy, and he was like, and he was really nice. He was like, this is a children's hospital, so he was really nice, and he was like acting like goofy and stuff. And then, so yeah, and then when they were put me out, and when they were like refixing my leg to where it was in a good position to grow back, I actually envisioned Universal Studios. That's weird. So I was going down like a tube, and I saw, like, I was looking around, and I saw a bunch of tubes, and they all had like the Minions characters. And they all had a bunch of Minion characters all going down to Universal Studios, and we were marching. And they were like, oh, hail Ayla! Oh, hail Ayla! And they were watching, and then all of a sudden, we went to my elementary school. And then they were like kneeling to me, they were like, oh, hail Ayla! Oh, hail Ayla! And I was like, oh, thank you, I am the queen. I'm the queen. So, and then I woke up. I was like, and at this point, so my mom was sitting right next to me because I guess they're like, come in, the surgery's done. She's still asleep though. And I looked at them and they were like, it was like that. She said that it was like I was looking right past them. Like she was a ghost and I was just couldn't see her because I was like loopy. The weird thing is though, like, you know those videos of like people getting their wisdom teeth removed and they're all like loopy and say weird stuff? No, I didn't do that. I was just like, what? And so, and then the like funny guy that was like talking in Donald Duck voice, like one that said I would vision Universal Studios, was like, how many fingers am I holding up? And I said, 0. He was like, wow, you're pretty sharp for being all loopy. And I was like, thanks. And oh, I forgot to say this. I was in my swimsuit this whole entire time. Because I was at the beach. This whole entire time I was in my swimsuit. So, I woke up, I looked down, and there's a cast that looks like this on me. So yeah, there's a cast that looks like that, and I was like, and they were like, you want to put a shirt on, honey? And I was like, I guess, because at this point I just didn't want to move. Oh, so before I came in for surgery, not surgery, they call it surgery, but it's not, they're just realigning some bones. This lady came in when I was still in my suit, and they were like, didn't your mother ever teach you to clean up? And I was like, my leg, I didn't say this, but I was like, I kind of just like politely laughed. But in my head I was like, my leg is broken, I can't clean myself up. Because I had like sand all over me. And anyway, so I looked down and I was like, and then I put a shirt on, and I have the shirt to this day. Let me go get it. Be like, dude, I'm back. Alright. It's running for all children. Yep, and it's the 1K fun run. And it just this shirt, and I wore it, and I think it's too small for me now, even though I got it last year because it was a small shirt to begin with. So I got that shirt and I wore that home, and then so at this point it was 3 o'clock in the morning when we were coming home. I was in a wheelchair, and then they put me into my stepdad's truck, and so I was kind of like laying down on the like seats where no one was, and then so my stepdad was driving. All of a sudden, I just hear boom, and my leg went, and I was like, oh, it's the exact thing I did, and turns out he went right over a speed bump because he couldn't. And then when we finally got back to my hotel is like, you have to go upstairs to get to it, I think. No, you don't. It's just a lot of like pavement, so it's like blah, 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 blah. So they're like, how are you gonna get here? Because I didn't have crutches at this point, and a wheelchair couldn't get in. And so yeah. And so, you know those things that you carry your luggages on, that like roll? I forget what they're called. I had to sit on that to go to my room. And they rolled me in, and then I don't know, honestly I have no idea how I got to my bed, but I did, and I went to sleep. I woke up, and you know, it was my mom's wedding day. And she was like, I feel so bad, blah blah blah. And then we had to take pictures. I didn't have a wheelchair, I didn't have crutches, I didn't have anything. So what they did is they put me on like a beach chair and had pillows holding my leg up to support it, cause my leg was like, so this is how your bone should be, right? Cracked right here. So yeah, so they had to take me on the beach chair and take their wedding pictures like that, and everyone was like huddled around me. So not the best wedding pictures, but hey, it worked. It looked like this. And so then they went out to dinner without me. They went in a limo. But it's okay, I got to stay home and eat chips and watch Netflix. But it's okay. They brought me ice cream back, so it's all good. So, we came back from the hotel, and this was a couple days after, and I got my hard cast, and it looked like this. And, what's up? Sorry, she's taking a Snapchat. And I came back, and I had to drink that boost that gave you more calcium in your bones so it could heal faster. And it's pretty much that. This was all in the summer, so I got to learn how to crutch. But I had to sleep on the couch because my room was upstairs and I couldn't get upstairs. So that was the time that I broke my leg, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out, Girl Scouts.
Back home to you.